In this tutorial, I'm going to discuss about if or if-else function in Microsoft Excel. If-else function or if function was introduced in Excel 2019 and later it was continued with Office 365. But before going to if-else or if function, let's have a look on if function. I'm going to take an example here. For example, if someone has invested in a stock and in this sector, energy, transport, finance, FMCG, health, information, tourism, and infrastructure, and if I get let's say a profit of 20,000 and so on, and also made losses in some of the sectors. So if I want to visualize these profits and losses in a form of, let's say, if I have a profit of certain amount which is higher for a threshold, and I want to visualize them, or I want to see them as a plus plus plus, and if the profit is less than that, then I want to visualize them as plus plus, and if it's less than that, I want to visualize them just single plus. So if you want to visualize, if you want to write your profits and losses in the form of plus 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 plus, or if the losses is minus, then you can use if function here. So you can see how I make it. So you just write if and then start a formula. So if this value is greater than, let's say, 18,000, then what you want to say? Plus plus plus. Yes, do not forget to put quotation mark here, otherwise this formula will give an error. So the first part until here is a logical test. That means what argument you want to make, right? So our argument in this case is if this box or this value is greater than 18,000. This is our argument. And then if this argument is true, then what you want to see? Triple plus. So let's bracket close and press enter. See, it's very easy, and drag it. I drag it down. Either you can drag it down or you just click on this here. So you see here. So because this value was more than 18,000, so it shows a triple plus, but this value is either less than or it's a negative, so this formula gives false. So let's modify this formula to write more. So our second argument is if this value is greater than 10,000 in this case, then I want to see them as plus plus. Press enter. So now you see what alert you get. You have entered too many arguments for this function, right? That's why Excel has introduced if-else function, because this is the limitation of if function. You can still use if function, but then you have to make a nested formula, which is a bit complicated. So why to go for complicated things? Why not use the simple form that's available with Excel? So let's write if-else function. Now you know why we cannot use, or why using if function is difficult. So let's use if-else formula. So the formula syntax is the same. So like as we wrote before, this value is greater than 18,000, then we want to see them as plus plus plus. Our second argument is if this value is greater than 10,000 like before, then we want to see them as plus plus. So okay, let's close the bracket and see what happens. So see here, before when we were using if function, this formula was giving like it's too many argument, but now using if-else function, it's done. Yeah, so let's drag it down. Now you see plus 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 plus, and because this value is either less than 10,000, so this formula gives an error, right? So let's modify and keep extending this formula. So our third argument is if this value is greater than 0, then we want to see them as plus, single plus, single plus. Now you see here, now we are having problem with the negative values. So I want to write them as the fourth, 1 2 3 fourth condition. So if this value is less than 0, then I want to see them as negative value. So I write negative value here. Now drag it down. See, now we have either positive or negative, but if there is no profits or loss, then the value is same, but this our argument, our formula is not giving anything. So we do one more thing here. If none of this argument is true, let's say if this none of this argument is true, like in this case, then we can write true and same. See, so what it does is, you can write in different way here. You can make an argument here also, like if this value is equal to 0, then you can write same, like you have I have written here, right? So for example, if you want to write in a different way in the same format, if so, you can write this as, if this value equals 0, then I want to see them as same. In a different format, we can write this as, if you can say, like if none of these argument is true, right, then you say true, and then it will return to same. So if I take another example here, so let's write again this formula, if s, and now at this time I want to write, if this value is greater than 0, then I want to see them as profit. And if this value is less than 0, then I want to see them as loss. Like here. See, profit, because this value is profit, this one is negative, so it's loss. It's very simple, very easy, and we can make it very quickly. For this one, as we wrote in the previous case, we can just write true. True means is, if none of these profits or loss argument is true, then we will return it to same. Do not forget to make quotation mark here. So I drag it down. It's very simple. So I take another example. For example, if you have a list of items for your kitchen, let's say fruits or vegetables, and you want to see them as as their icon, like for example apple icon, strawberry icon. So it's very simple to write this formula. So again, the formula will be the same, but what we do in here, we will use emoji. So if you are using Windows computer, to see emojis, you can click Windows key plus dot key or period key. If you're using Mac computer, you can click Control, Command, and spacebar. So I will write the formula like this: equal sign if s. Our logical test is, if this value is equal to apple, let's say. If this value is equal to apple, then what I want to see them as, now it's emoji, so use quotation mark and apple. So let's check the formula. Now you see apple. So in this way you can add all other fruits or vegetables here. So I go and add quickly. Now I have written all the, now I have added all the fruits or vegetable listed here. So in this way, so you can see, if you want to see apple, then apple emoji. If you want to see a strawberry, like if this box is equal to strawberry, then it's strawberry, you can use emoji, and broccoli, watermelon, carrot, and so on, right? Press enter, and now just drag it down. It's very easy and very simple, and you can make it very quickly. So this is the power of using IFS function in Excel. So if you like this video, and if you find this video is helpful, please don't forget to like and share. And if you want to see future notification, don't forget to subscribe this channel.